on, UBA family? Happy Monday. Shneria coming to you live on this beautiful Monday evening. I wanted to come on here because I want to get better with talking to you guys about ABA because that is the science on which UBA was built upon. So I think it's important for you guys to know where we stand as a company, um, and to just kind of have that bridge between analysts and um, and everybody else to kind of talk about ABA. The last 2 weeks, I went live about pairing, which is something that I love to do. Um, with my kids, with my parents, with my teachers. But today I want to talk about manding because it's also a very, very, very important concept. Let me just go ahead and if you could, when you guys log on, say hello, like, and share this video. I would really appreciate it. So let's talk about manding and why it's important. So manding is one of the verbal operants, or one of the things that behavior analysts target in programming. And a large consumer of behavior analytic services are individuals who have autism. Um, their parents usually seek out services, and that's where manding becomes super important. Not just autism, but any other developmental disability, um, and any student or learner who has difficulty in communicating their wants and needs, and that's where manding comes in. So, in ABA terms, to mand for something is honestly for the speaker to be able to communicate their wants and needs to everybody else, right? I think one of the most frustrating things about any type of um, any type of disability is not being able to communicate your wants and needs to other people. Um, that's it. It's horrifying. It's so frustrating to think about. It's frustrating for our kids. It's frustrating for parents, and that's why manding is so important for the learner, for the kid, for the client to be able to communicate their wants and needs with their parents, with their family, with their teacher, with their friends. And so that's really all that manding is speaker communicating what they want to everybody else and everybody else understanding, right? And that can be done through verbal words, that can be done through picture exchange communication systems, that can be done through augmentative communication systems, that can be done through signs, um, whatever form of language that you choose to teach to your learner. You want to make sure that that form of language is able to be reinforced by their immediate environment. So if you guys choose to use words, verbal words, make sure that the language in which you're teaching is the language of their immediate environment. If you guys are choosing to do picture exchange communication, make sure that the pictures that you're using are synonymous to the things in the environment in which they'll be manning for. If you choose to use sign language, make sure that everybody in the environment, in their immediate environment, is going to be able to understand sign language and reinforce the use of sign language, right? I think the main concept behind manding is that we want our learners to communicate their wants and needs with us effectively. We want to give them that freedom, that independence, and we want to give them that first, right? So I think that that is super important to talk about it. And if any parents are watching and your behavior analyst says, I want to work on manding program, that's all that they're talking about, is working on your child communicating their wants and needs effectively by any means necessary. You know, I've taught it using verbal language, using one words, using picture exchange, using sign, um, whatever, whatever the community or whatever the caregiver, guardians, whatever the immediate environment can reinforce, that's what we're going with, right? So, thanks, Miss Dolman. So that's what manding is. That's why it's so important. That's why you want to make sure that if you have a nonverbal learner, um, that you want to make sure that you're able to communicate by whatever means, even writing, right? Writing words, whatever means, what by whatever means you're able to, excuse me, to teach your learner how to communicate, and you as the parent, as a caregiver, as the analyst, are able to reinforce. That's what you want to teach when it comes to manding. So, manding is, me saying lip gloss, and then I get lip gloss, right? My Fenty Beauty that's right here. Or saying pen and I get a pen. Um, is more so used. You want to make sure that you use it first with items or activities that are consistently reinforced already. So, um, so foods that are reinforcing, activities that are reinforcing, play, ball, Skittles, cereal, pizza, bread, water, juice. You want to start with those things because they're naturally reinforcing in the environment all the time already. And then branch out to other things, other mans um, that maybe come up in the environment, not as often, but often enough to request. So, I really hope that you guys have found this little snippet to be informal to you. I really love, really love breaking down ABA terms into layman's terms, um, because I think that ABA is like a universal science and that everybody can understand it. We just kind of got to break it down a little bit, put it into regular folk language, you know. Um, Even though it's good as practitioners to talk technical, I really just like portraying things to people who aren't in the science because a lot of people get it and they're like, "Oh yeah, I know what that means." So, I really hope that this was informal to you guys. If you want me to go live next week and talk about something in particular, please send me a message. I really love doing these lives. I'm also posting them on YouTube, so you can also check them out there. But yeah, you guys send me some ideas about what to go live about next week. If you have any questions about manding, shoot me a message. I'm more than open to answer any questions for you guys. Um, I hope you guys have a beautiful Monday, and I will talk to you next week. Have a good night.